You don't forgot.
Pata pata.
You don't forgot.
Pata pata.
Biruru, pero. Hurry. Hey, biruru, pero. All right, better people, we dey welcome una to this pilot edition of Sports Busstop, where everything what we dey do here, it go just dey sweet, it go just dey totori you. Yes, my name na Edafe, Dmouthpiece. I get two wonderful people who don't cack here with me. We go come the dissect sports as it take be. But make I appreciate our wonderful sponsors, Ico Gas and our restaurants. Now I want to introduce this man with the kajad here. This particular man, this one a strong Madrid stars. This na a die-hard Madrid fan. He know they ever agree say anybody good passer. Ladies and gentlemen, the king of football, Caleb, aka King of football. Show us that bag.
I go serve you rice.
We go remind them.
I go serve you rice.
No worry.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, no be only the king of sports. We don't cack here with me right now. We still get Alfred, this person. He dey call himself Odogwu of Sports, aka Kabnu,
Forgive me.
We clear everybody.
Oga beat us now, madam. You for
No worry. More no remind everybody in the paper up.
Don't worry.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we go just want to educate you, our viewers. For those people who don't know anything about sports, you be layman, you just dey hear football. You don't know what be football. Me and this Obonge men where they here, we want educate everybody. We want enlighten everybody about waiting this thing will be football be. Oh yeah, king of sport. Now I want from your own points now make you educate people. These are our viewers who they watch us. Waiting you understand. See be football.
Okay. Football is also known as football is a game and also known as a soccer, which involve two teams. Exactly. It's a game that involves two teams of 11 players each.
Yeah, that's 22 man, yes.
So who try to maneuver, who try to penetrate, who try to play the ball to the opposite team, to the opposite goal, without using their hands or arms.
And they don't go use their arms, so that's why we call them football.
No be football.
So, and any of the team that scored the most goals after the 90 minutes wins the goal.
Wins the game automatically.
Yes.
All right. Moko blow whistle for her now. I don't carry my card because if not forgive my new card. All right, Odogwu of Sports, my brother. Oh yeah, wait till you go feel explain, say, and I be the meaning of football.
To a layman understanding,
it's
a game whereby you play with your foot, then it consists of two teams, 11 each, and the main goal is to score.
That's not the aim of
the aim of the game, to score. Yeah. Any team that score the highest goals go with the winning.
But it don't really matter who scored the goal, whether not the defender or not the attacker, because
that's one thing. So whoever even if your opponent score against yourself, it's your own advantage.
It's your own advantage.
Okay, that one and then they call
on goal.
Yes,
right. Now the sweet pass.
Well, from my own understanding, yes, just as waiting when I don't talk, me no say yes, football is a beautiful game, and football now 11 players. That's we get the goalkeeper, we get the defenders, we get the midfielders. And we also get the attacker. Those are basically their work now too. So they finish. But you know me say the defenders or midfielders no go fist this score goal. Now in football, we know so we get a body where they govern football, which then they call FIFA. If I remember vividly, I know say they started in 1904. Yes. And them Nigeria then be like the Oga
of them all.
And they in charge of the
football,
the regulations and everything. Where they in charge
they set the rules.
They make sure
and they also promote the game, the football entirely.
And also the disciplinary.
Although nevertheless, we still have the UEFA, but that's after the FIFA.
Now we know so we get different leagues. For football, the Scottish League, many leagues. But football generally, it dwell for Europe.
Yes,
which say some of the basic European countries and teams we did there. Now 5.
Yes.
5 major
leagues.
The most watch
in football.
Yes.
The most watch.
Most especially the Premier League.
Okay, I would like make you explain waiting be the Premier League, because some persons feel no know what you mean by Premier League.
Okay. So from the word Premier League, Premier League is the league played in England.
Okay.
Yes. So there are many cups being played. We have the Premier League.
That's the Premier. That's that one.
Is the major one in England. Then we have the FA Cup.
Okay.
We have the Carabao
Cup. Yeah.
Yes. So, and then we still have some, small leagues like the Championship.
But for that EPL, just like what you talk, the English Premier League, what will be their major trophy where then they win for England? Like you talk now, you say English Premier League, then they only play for London, that is England.
Yes.
And all the cities ready for inside
and within
England. Yes, they go come together. Okay. Now, the teams ready for England, where they play this competition, now how many will then they?
The teams that plays the Premier
for the English Premier League, yes. How many of the
20 teams?
20 teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do they take the play? Like, because they're going to need to play for a long period of time, which way they call a season.
Yes. That's the home and away.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that means they go play against
themselves two times.
That is a total of 40 times.
No, total
38.
of 38.
38 times.
Yes.
Okay.
So at the end of the league, the person that earns more points, that's you that lead the table.
Okay.
Yes, you get to away with the title. Meanwhile, the first four, although recently FIFA added it to five, first five of the league automatically qualifies to the Champions League.
All right.
Although recently Man City has been, toying with the rest of the teams. Though Arsenal has been trying, but seems like they are not still serious yet.
This one when me I wear Nigerian jersey now, so I know say I no go too dwell about the Nigerian league. Everybody now they put mind for Europe.
We see they follow the Nigerian league small.
Okay. But we know say they strong like for Europe, but we go see talk about.
Say that Nigerian own he just like it's not every time just like
exactly
the clubs football.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that one is a nation league. It's a league that they normally set it within a period of maybe 1 month.
But these teams,
within a period of
these teams they're waiting for Europe. Now they are domestic leagues where then they watch. Well, we go come to that particular one. Now for inside England, definitely we go get favorite teams where people they watch. Like which of the teams then where say for the last 21st century, now then don't they dominate the football for inside England? That is to say, which of them where I don't want to talk about the one where you support. I don't know whether you be England supporter or you be any other supporter, maybe any other country. But which of the teams where for England, we don't they dominate over the years in terms of trophies, you understand? In terms of achievements, which of the teams, like now 1, now 2, now 3, because when I go to watch ball, they hear people they talk, say, this one go say be Chelsea fan, this one go say be Arsenal fan. Before then don't they argue, this one they talk, my team good pass you. So now, which of the teams will really be the best? From your own opinion, and you too, King of Sports, I go like hear your own opinion too.
Okay.
So which of the teams? Meanwhile, which team will you support?
Barcelona.
Odogwu.
Odogwu. That's me.
Which team were you support?
Me. Must I tell you? Can't you see?
Here is
the king.
Where my cat?
The king of football.
Yes,
Real Madrid. Real Madrid.
Rice well served.
Yellow card.
Real Madrid.
Mark will steal me further. Yeah.
So, to me, when it comes to England, I think this one that you're saying 21st century, you want to be biased. Yes.
Okay.
The big boys of the Premier League. Manchester United.
Okay, in terms of present performance or in terms
of trophy? Not really just all time.
That's generally they are taking the lead with, if I'm not mistaken, 20 Premier League
20
so
Premier
far.
League titles,
Yes, then after them Liverpool.
Okay.
Yes, after them Liverpool. So as a matter of fact, the big games in the Premier League, like their classical match, is Liverpool Man United. Back in those days.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, before.
But I think for now, I think Chelsea.
No, for now is not Chelsea. For now is Manchester United and Man City
and
Liverpool.
I think Liverpool.
Really?
Yes, because they are the one. Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal are the one currently moving the.
Okay, Manchester City.
Yes.
That is their home in Manchester City in England. Then Liverpool, then Arsenal, then Chelsea. Then I think they about 5 who no say then they do well. Manchester United.
Just recently,
those ones they always they lose game. All right, the king of football. Yes, I like since you're a supporter of Real Madrid, I would like make you talk about the Spanish La Liga. So make you explain to people we never hear the word Spanish. I don't say from the word Spanish it means Spain. So from your little insight from La Liga, what do you like talk about it?
Okay, so when it comes to Spain, that is La Liga.
All right.
We have about 4 teams. So yeah, 2, 3, 4 teams that have really been dominating for the past over the years. I mean, for over the years. That is, we have Barcelona. We have the
I like
Kings.
the fact say first call Barcelona.
That one, give me joy. That one alone.
Okay. I take my word back.
Now, like,
okay. Number 1 is Real Madrid.
All right. No.
Then followed by Barcelona.
All right.
Then followed by Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
Then probably in recent years we were seeing Valencia. We are trying.
Valencia,
but
Sevilla.
definitely Sevilla, Real Sociedad, and but currently we have the major 3 teams that are back to back that are doing well now, which we have that is Real Madrid, which just won the league last season, and the Champions League. Then we have Barcelona, which are also trying in years back. They win the Champions League. I mean, they win the La Liga and other small cups that we have. So in Spain, we have leagues, we have cups that we normally play. We have first, we have Spain, we have La Liga. We normally play. That's the major one, which consists of 20 teams, just like Premier League, which they play home and away. First leg and second leg. That is 38 matches. Then we have King's Cup. Then we have
Spanish Super Cup.
Super Cup. Then we have Copa del Rey, which we are about to play Copa del Rey final. Me and this.
No, we know. No. You and us. You and us. It is you against us.
That final already. I already pocket that one for sure.
You don't pocket that. Are you sure?
We leave until that time reach.
Well, you know, one thing with us, we don't make mouths.
Because you're not confident.
We deliver.
You are not confident enough.
No, not that I'm not confident enough, but we deliver. We don't make mouths. So these are some of the cups that they do play in Spain.
Okay.
You understand? So, and we have, like I said earlier, the teams are 24 in La Liga, 20 teams. Yeah, 20 then we play first leg and second leg. Yes.
All right. I would like to talk about the little one now about Italian Serie A. Now, Italian Serie A, as we all know, Italian league, where then they play, then get 20 teams. So you just be like, say, both the English Premier League, Spanish La Liga, Italian Serie A, now all of them are still 20 teams and they play for Italy. And
except for Bundesliga.
Except Bundesliga, yes, exactly.
League One,
exactly, for France. Now, this particular one, as we all know, then get the Italia, which be their major trophy. Then get a Coppa Italia, which be their major cup for there. And over the years, because when I use the word the 21st century, I remember the times of AC Milan, Inter Milan dominating, but now we see, now recently for the last 6 to 7 years, we see Juventus, they did on the top of the table, Napoli did the top of the table, even Atlanta this period, and they do very well. So the phases of those legends, it don't be like say, it don't they die off, gradually they go. So I don't feel actually just say Juventus and then be the legend of Serie A. For me, I go actually pick AC Milan because of overtime and the numbers of Champions League we they not actually get. Because if we want to classify both general trophies, we cannot pick Juventus because AC Milan, I think they get
AC
about
Milan
8 Champions League, 7 or 8 Champions League. You understand?
7 Champions League. 7.
Picking good teams from Italy. For me, I think I will go first with AC Milan, which is one of the best there. Then Inter Milan. Then I think I can come with Juventus. Then maybe Napoli because of, what's his name? The legendary Diego Maradona. Then I think I can come with Atlanta.
Going with AC Milan, though, it's just like, based on their past glory, just like Man United.
Exactly. Just like Manchester United.
Yeah, just like Manchester United. So, but to me, I feel presently now, I think if I would go for, any team, is Inter Milan, because I'm enjoying the Serie A right now. Yes. Unlike those time where Juventus would just be toying with the league, back to back
for over 6 years now.
Over 6 to 7 years. Yeah. So, but recently you can see when Inter Milan win, you see AC Milan win,
you
then
see Napoli win.
So it's making the league more competitive, and you're enjoying the English Premier League. That's why if you come to La Liga, we don't like giving Madrid that chance. No, when we just allow them to touch small, then we touch small. You touch.
We share 1-1. We share every year. We share. Me, I would like to go with Inter Milan, as he likely said. AC Milan is just
a present form.
Definitely present form. Inter Milan, AC Milan is a past glory. Definitely, those one don't.
But you cannot write
Juventus. If you want to put Juventus in the front four, then during when Ronaldo was in Juventus, they win the Serie A.
I think that was about 4 years ago. Yes, 4 years ago. 4 years.
No, 4 years ago. Yes. So when Ronaldo was there, they won it. But after Ronaldo left, I think that was when it has been difficult for them. Last season they didn't even qualify Champions League.
Exactly.
They are not even playing. They didn't even play this Champions League. So you can see how. But you can still put them just within this period of this 7 years. They have been consistent. So I think we can put them in the first four.
Okay, how about the German Bundesliga and the French Ligue 1? We know there are still top 5 leagues that are doing very well, but the watch time for German Bundesliga, I really think is not as strong as the likes of Serie A, English Premier League, and Spanish La Liga. So
the watch time, normally their watch time is almost the same.
No,
the time they play. Okay, people mostly watch Premier League, La Liga, than all those ones. But when you talk about Bundesliga in recent years or present years, I think Bayern Munich should be number 1.
Exactly.
Then Bayer Leverkusen.
No.
I mean, sorry. Borussia Dortmund, sorry. Borussia Dortmund second. Then Bayer Leverkusen third.
Bayer Leverkusen.
Then I think probably. But over the years before, if you actually pick Wolfsburg, because I know say Wolfsburg did there, and maybe Borussia Mönchengladbach.
No, you cannot.
If you say Leipzig,
Leipzig actually just for the last.
If you look at RB Leipzig,
they have been trying, although
they have been consistent in top 4. At least, but they have been consistent in top 4. So I feel like RB Leipzig are also trying.
So for German Bundesliga, you give the glory to Bayern Munich.
No, you give the glory to Bayern Munich. Although now most people start watching the Bundesliga based on the Victor Boniface.
Exactly.
Even me, to be honest,
shout out to Victor Boniface, our Nigerian brother.
To be honest, Victor, I really love that guy. But that's very funny.
I watch Bundesliga not because of Victor Boniface. I started watching Bundesliga before he went to
got the love of Bundesliga.
That's a match I will never forget.
Schweinsteiger, Oliver Kahn, their days, and
there is a match I will never forget. Lewandowski, when he was in Borussia Dortmund, he scored Madrid 4 goals only on that match. See, I was.
That was when he was at his peak.
That was when they discovered
interest. I still remember that time. It was Mourinho that was still coaching Real Madrid. That was when Ramos and Pepe they were
in form.
Like they were at their
I think that was it 2013 or 2014 there.
Ronaldo was still in Madrid.
And even Mourinho was even surprised. It was like telling them, you are there, and this guy scored 4 goals. Pepe and Ramos is there, and the guy finished the match fit. No injury, nothing.
So I think Bundesliga, Borussia Dortmund are also doing well.
To an extent, you pick.
But this season, they are not doing anything.
We really know say their performance this season.
How
about for French League 1? Do you
French League 1? I watch French League 1, but not that much.
I think they just have.
But the only teams I can call out for that French league is
Paris Saint-Germain and
Monaco, then maybe
Lille,
Marseille and all that.
Yes, and Lille.
So at least.
So far so good. All this analysis we don't they give. Now I would like to talk about the legends of the game. We all know the legends, great people from all the leagues. So the king of sports, I know say Madrid Stars as a king of sports. He could definitely call 1 or 2 legends from the Spanish side. So
yes, small legends.
Which 1 or 2 legends where you don't know we actually make you love watching Spanish La Liga? Who drew your interest to Spanish La Liga or watching Real Madrid as a team?
Okay, there are so many legends that draw my attention to watch Madrid games or Spain. The likes of Ronaldo da Lima, exactly. That is the Brazilian Ronaldo. The
Brazilian, yeah, phenomenal.
Yes, definitely the likes of Zinedine Zidane, and the likes of Lionel Messi,
even
Raul Garcia.
No, I actually thought Raul Garcia a legend because
Raul is
a legend.
Raul Gonzalez.
Raul Gonzalez,
exactly.
Not
Raul Garcia.
Okay. No, Raul Gonzalez was
and then
really.
Even Casillas too.
Yes, Casillas. Yes, Casillas also. So those are some of the legendary people, legendary players I can call out in Real Madrid that gives me that joy to watch Madrid football. And when you come to other teams, then we have the likes of Lionel Messi.
I want
to ask the Odogwu of
Sports. Another person is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo, of course. I know you cannot mention Spanish football without mentioning Cristiano
definitely.
Ronaldo. Oh, you played with Cristiano Ronaldo?
Definitely.
Perfect. All right.
I played the same wing with him.
All right. So the Odogwu of Sports.
I played. So
the Odogwu of Sports. So I know very well, in as much as it supports Spanish La Liga very well.
Very well.
You actually know some legends of the game for inside England. So tell us one or two or three of the legends from England we actually make you love football, because football lovers, we know they only dwell on one particular side because they will watch football generally. So from the English side, which legends would actually make you love the English football from the 21st century?
I love Thierry Henry.
Okay,
very nice guy. I really enjoy his
Thierry Henry was
I love Van Nistelrooy.
Oh, Ruud Van Nistelrooy
for Manchester United. Very nice guy. Cristiano Ronaldo as well. He's a new man. I won't forget. I won't also forget the likes of Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard.
I love that guy. That guy has a very powerful Liverpool. We still have the like of Frank Lampard.
Yes. And I think the only midfielder with the highest number of
goals so far.
Definitely about 200.
And when it comes to Man City,
how about from the defensive side? Would only they call about the midfielders, the attackers? I remember. Great Ballon d'Or 2006 Ballon d'Or winner.
Fabio Cannavaro.
We don't get legend will be defenders for England or Spain.
We get. Like for Chelsea, we have John Terry. We still have Thiago Silva. Yeah, he also played for Chelsea, though he does. We still have, once it comes to Manchester United, we still have this guy.
Thiago Silva, we cannot actually put him for
England
because before he came to England, he's already
for French league.
So I don't think we can put him there.
But for Manchester United, we still have Ferdinand. That guy, he was a really good defender, although most of the two finals they played in the Champions League.
Don't remind them.
Messi was very shocked, but he couldn't even stop him. And Vidic, they play alongside Vidic.
Nemanja Vidic.
Yes, Nemanja Vidic. And I won't forget Patrick Evra.
Patrick Evra, wow.
I love that guy.
He's one of the guys that makes me love Manchester United.
I love Patrick Evra.
Comparing the legends then, I really feel the competition then actually stronger than now, because now you want to talk about football, you only call 3 or 4 players: Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, and maybe Neymar Jr. and Haaland. You understand? Kevin De Bruyne or maybe Victor Osimhen. But then you have phenomenal Ronaldinho is there. Kaka is there. Roberto Carlos is there. Zinedine Zidane is there from France. The likes of Joachim Cruyff, then their era don't pass.
Yeah, their era don't pass.
You understand? Schneider of Netherlands. Plenty of them.
Van Persie.
No, football then it actually did very, very interesting. But for legends from Italian Serie A, I think Italian Serie A, they never really produce a lot of legend apart from maybe Diego Maradona, Francisco Totti of AS Roma, who played all his days in AS Roma.
Pirlo.
And maybe Pirlo, I think you actually just call few. Maybe Pablo Nedved. But over time, football don't actually dwell for England, Spain. We know England, Spain, because even those of the players where they play for Italy or Germany and France, all of them, they won't really come England, maybe because of the money. And
either England or Spain.
Exactly.
Yes.
So even how about for the German Bundesliga for Germany? Legends of the game from Germany those days coming.
Bundesliga. I can call Toni Kroos.
Exactly, Bastian Schwarzenegger,
Philipp
Lahm,
and Philipp Lahm was the only defender that played 800 games without a red card.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's very fair. That guy is very good. And
I think Oliver Kahn, the legendary German goalkeeper, we our brother Okocha messed up then. Back then, I can remember watching the clips of that game. It was really interesting.
Bundesliga did not really produce legend like Premier League and Spain like that.
Yes. And one funny thing about Bundesliga is that like in the other leagues like the Premier League, La Liga, and the Ligue 1, yes, the three bottom like 18, 19, 20. Yes, you automatically relegate. Then from the Championship, then the first three we promote. No, first two we promote. Then the third we play playoff. Yes, in the Bundesliga, the first two we go relegated. Then the third, that is 17. Yes, or 16, I think. You play playoff.
Playoff, yes.
Then with the champions that win the second league.
You can imagine.
Chance
will be able to remain.
Yes. So even if you are in the second division of Bundesliga, you win the league. That still means that you still have to play
a playoff with the other person.
Other person.
Other team that
is in the main league.
In the 6 years.
For it to be able to promote.
Exactly.
So their own. So even if you finish first in the second division.
There's no assurance of
you still get work for it.
Now, I did try to wrap my head over the French Ligue 1, will be also an interesting league now. We get the likes of Paris Saint-Germain, Monaco, Marseille, Lille, Bordeaux, and a whole lot of them. Brest, where they do very well. But I did try to wrap my head over legends. We don't actually come out from that place. And for me, I actually will say... I think Thiago Silva is one of the legends came there. Then I don't know if I can bring in Jejo Okocha because Jejo Okocha actually played in PSG with Ronaldinho.
Yes.
The legend of Bundesliga that you can call out, maybe the ones we know that we can call out. You see Jejo Okocha, you see Ronaldinho. Those ones they play in PSG.
Together.
And the likes of
so they are defender.
So these are two players that I know that confidently know that you can call out.
Patrice Evra.
Evra
is maybe you can call maybe recently
Trezeguet. I remember Trezeguet.
Cavani, yes.
Cavani, then Ibrahimovic.
Will they actually classify Cavani as a legend in the Ligue 1? Because
I think when it comes to Ligue 1, you call because I don't feel they don't too have much big names there.
Like that.
Yes, like
the only team that produce big players there is only Juventus. I mean PSG.
Yes. We know that in football, we have rules. Just like we spoke about FIFA, which is the governing body. Now then they're in charge of rules. Now, you get one time where they watch football, where the great midfielder Zinedine Zidane, he headbutts Materazzi, of Italy. That was a World Cup game. And he was automatically shown a red card. Now, some persons don't know waiting be red card, some persons don't know waiting be yellow card, while some persons don't know waiting be offside trap, and a whole lot of plenty rules we did for football. And I think the most recent one, Luis Suarez of Uruguay, where he bite
by the Giorgio
Chiellini of Italy. I think the game between Uruguay
when he was in Liverpool.
Yes. Think the game between
Uruguay and Italy.
Uruguay, Italy, and he was given a 10 months ban. Now, trying to explain to a layman some of these rules of football. Now, I would like we talk to them, our viewers, we let them know waiting be this red card we in the year about. Waiting be this yellow card within the year about. Waiting be this offside. If they say, see somebody do offside, somebody go shout. You go hear somebody go shout. No, let now go. You understand?
Yeah, definitely.
But those who don't understand football, they know these rules. So waiting you go explain to a layman to be, say, 9 be yellow card if they give a player a yellow card. And why waiting with the reason?
Yellow card is just, to warn a player when you did a bad tackle.
Okay.
Either you push a player or you step on a player.
Intentionally?
Whether intentionally or not intentionally,
okay,
it's left for the ref to decide. Yes. So any tackle, bad tackle or a handball.
Okay.
Mostly when it comes to handball, if it is not intentional, or when when your hand is wide open,
exactly,
it's a yellow card and it's a foul.
Okay.
So, but it's not unlike the red card. But if you get a yellow card in the same match, it will lead to red card.
Red card.
So the yellow card is a warning.
Okay, that is one yellow card is a warning.
It's a warning. That's why sometimes you will see if a player is given a yellow card, when it comes to second half, the coach might substitute him to avoid him getting
a red card. All right, the king of football now, allow me to explain. When they flash a player a straight red card, what it actually mean? It means say the ref don't like the player. Or it means say maybe somebody tell and say, make you give this person a red card.
Okay, when they give a player a straight red card, okay. I mean, we have two types of red card.
Okay.
There's a direct red card, a straight red card.
Yes.
And there's two yellow cards before a red card.
All right.
Now, there are some tackles, it depends. There are some tackles that when a defender or a player tackle an opponent, it deserves a direct red card.
Now,
in the likes of... Yes.
Whether an intentional or non-intentional tackle?
Whether it's intentional or not intentional, it depends on the ref.
When you
decide, or the VAR to decide.
Okay, that is the visual assistant
referee. Yes, okay. Definitely. So in a situation whereby you are the last man, like a defender, you are the last man, and a striker is coming, or maybe he has already dribbled you and is moving, then you tackle him and he fell. Definitely it's a direct red card.
That is because
you are the last man.
Okay.
It's a direct red card. Then there's a tackle in the middle of the game, maybe in the midfield, that you can tackle a player that deserves a direct red card also. Okay. It depends on the way you approach. Because your intention shows how maybe you did it intentionally or not. You understand? Okay. So there was this recent match, a match yesterday that Madrid played. Yes. Mbappe got a red card.
It's a straight red card, yes.
It's a straight red card because he went and matched the player. Yeah. He matched the player here. You understand? So that deserves a direct red card because of the approach. You understand? Then the other red card that comes from a yellow card, it is when you have a yellow card, that is a warning. Then when you did a tackle or you make a foul, and they give you the second yellow card, then it becomes automatical red card. They'll give you the second red card. But those red cards, it depends. When they issue you a direct red card, that means you serve like 3-match ban.
Yes.
3-match ban. But when you're shown a yellow card before a red card, that is, you have 2 yellow cards before a red card, at least I think you serve a 2-match ban.
But recently, then the appeal, recently then the appeal, like, for instance, if there is a big game in front and a talisman in a team, a major player in a team, if being served a red card, I think the FIFA body, the team and the coach, then they appeal. So instead of giving 3-match ban, maybe they can reduce it.
Yes, they do appeal. But if they make, once they finish the match, all the bodies, they now go and rewatch the match and check everything that happens in the match. So they will be checking if it was intentional or not. Now, when they discover that, this thing wasn't intentional, the ref was too harsh. Ref has the final decision.
Exactly.
Even if the VAR call him, he has the final decision. He decides whether a red card or not. So when the body comes together and try to deliberate on those kind of situations, when they discover that, the ref was too harsh. So instead of 3-match ban, they appeal, but they will pay a fine. that club
That would be
must
a fine,
pay.
definitely.
That club must pay a fine, so they can reduce the matches.
Then this one way, then they talk, say footballers they can lie. Now, to what extent? Because I know for a fact, see, if I did play football now, and maybe we did goalless, that is, nobody don't score. I did look for every advantage to win that game. You feel tackle me, we dey see am every day we dey watch football, see, you go just tackle somebody small, maybe not a direct tackle, then the person go hold head, they roll. Then at the end, they go can't give the person we give on that tackle a card. Now, bringing forth, we get a VAR, will be the visual assistant referee. Sometimes we don't see them for games. Say this thing no what a card, a red card. But the ref no go call back after he don't go to the screen to go watch. Now, those kind of situations will don't happen for football. When this governing body will be FIFA, don't sit to talk about these things. At the end, this player still pay fine. You think say it is fair on the part of the FIFA body, or you feel say maybe then they biased on the particular player, because we know say footballers will get their favorite in a team.
Yes.
So you feel say when something like that don't happen, how then fit take within a fit do to avert things like this to happen in the future?
Okay, you know that it depends. When we call it diving. When a player dives,
intentional diving. Okay.
There are two things. There's an intentional diving and there's a dive that maybe there will be contact. But the contact will not be that fierce, that strong. You understand? Okay. Maybe just a small contact. And those kind of situations happen when there's a counter attack and it happens. Definitely that one deserves.
Yes,
when there's a slight, even if it's a slight
touch,
contact, definitely it will deserve a cut because it's a counter.
Yeah, but in some situations, the ref just overlook it because some players like they just take advantage of that.
Exactly.
When they know that already they have already lose the ball, or the defender already like misbalance them.
Exactly.
So that small touch, they will just somersault. And when the ref does come, you're like, no, this guy, he died.
Now,
doesn't deserve the
it only happens that when they already know a player with that kind of attitude.
Exactly.
When they don't already know, say, this player like to dive.
Exactly.
Definitely, even if the contact is strong, the referee can decide to overlook.
Yes.
Can decide to ignore. But if they know that this player is not that type of player that normally dives, then definitely something must be wrong.
So now, talking about this one, then they give card and a foul, but we don't see. Now, we don't talk about one of the rules, maybe a yellow card, a red card. And offside. Now, I know say offside, now, if there is an attack, then the defenders, they are moving forward, then you, the attacker, you quickly move above them. Before the ball. It's usually an offside.
Yes, definitely.
Now, what really causes a penalty in the game? When they shout penalty, is it when there is a hard tackle in the 18-yard box, or when there is a soft tackle in the 18-yard box? And most of the times, some of these penalties, they come with either a yellow card or a red card.
When it comes to penalty is very, very dicey. Because once a player, like the attacker, is in the 18-yard box,
he has the mind of...
You just have to be very careful as a defender the way you approach him. Any tackle you tackle him, you make sure you touch the ball.
The ball first.
You make sure. If you didn't touch the ball...
So if you touch the ball before touching him, there is no problem.
There is no problem.
The main contact should be you and your ball.
Yes. Once you touch the ball, if the player should somersault and roll,
they will
ignore him because you go for the ball first. But if you didn't touch the ball, you touch his leg.
For the person's leg,
you already know now.
Being it a small touch,
or once you didn't touch the ball and you touch the player, it's a penalty. Or if there is a handball, an open hand and the ball touch you, it's a penalty.
So when you mean open hand, when you expose your hand?
When you expose your hand.
Then if your hand is together with your body,
it's not a penalty.
So even if the ball touch
but we know if you actually run with our hands like this now. So that means you have to be extra careful when you, as a defender, when you did it inside the 18-yard box, not to be able to expose your hand.
Yes, as a defender, right? Yeah. When you're in the 18-yard box, definitely you have to be very, very careful. There's always one defender in Real Madrid that I respect the most. Dani Carvajal.
Okay.
That guy, even if they run, once he don't enter 18-yard box, he go there run, his hand go there like this, he go there run.
Yes.
He go there run and his hand go there like this because he knows that any slack...
The opponent wants to use that against
the opponent might likely use that against him. So I always respect that guy because of that. So defenders definitely, when a ball is in your 18-yard box,
you have to be
extra careful. Your hand's supposed to be...
And already, as you know, once a player is about to take a shot, you know he's about to take a shot.
Definitely.
So you should immediately... guide off.
Put your hands together.
Yes, immediately guide off.
All right, so we don't talk a lot. Now, we know in a game, we have a captain, we have a coach.
Yeah.
Now, we know, see, FIFA already, the general body. And what will be the duties of a coach? Then you, the king of sports, you go tell us what will be the duty of a captain for the team.
Well, a coach is very, very important in the team. Okay. For instance, you can see Barcelona. In the past, past years, they'll be struggling, changing coaches, trying to meet up a big club like that.
To get the best.
I think the last time they even won the Champions League was 2015. That's 10 years
ago. Yeah.
So, but you see, when they get a good coach, Hansi Flick, you can see everything turn around. They are now big boys. Every match now is us, to come and play. Like before the match, they'll give them the trip and walk over already because they have a good coach that knows what he's doing and he has passion for the club, not even for the money, because as it stands now, they are not that balanced financially because of what happened recently. So, and you can see the players too, they are doing well based on the coach they have now. He knows how to use them. So in a team, you need coach that know how to use players. Using your players is very important.
So he is in charge of the 11 players. How the game goes, he is in charge of how he directs. So in other words, he is a director of the players.
As a matter of fact, before the match, he decides who will play, who will not play.
Okay.
Sometimes if a coach even have personal issue with you, he can decide to bench you.
Drop you.
So as a coach,
adding sentiment now to the game.
Of course, it happens.
No matter how good you are,
to put discipline in some players feel they are big boys, so they can come to training late.
That's true.
Some players, maybe a coach will substitute them, don't want to go out. Or when they come out, they have some nasty attitude like this. Maybe there's a bottle water by the side, they'll just kick it off. Or maybe he's trying to hug them, they'll just push him off. All those kind of things. So if you have a disciplined coach, you won't tolerate others. Or if you, no matter who you are, discipline matters.
Coaches then like Jose Mourinho, Alex Ferguson.
They don't. Even Guardiola, he don't take that. He don't take all those things. So a coach is very important. In fact, he's the captain. Like he is the leader of the team.
So is he the one that decides the formation of how the game will be?
He decides the formation, how the game will be. In fact, even during the game, he can decide to change the formation if he wants to. He might start with 4-4-2. Maybe 4-4-2 is not.
And he also decides who comes in and who goes out at a particular time.
That's why you have substitute in case of injuries. And when a player didn't meet up to the performance you are expecting him to play, yes, so you can. So in fact, you can start playing maybe 10-15 minutes. The coach can decide to change you off.
To bring you out,
yes, if you see that your performance you are not meeting up, because he can't even take the risk. Because one thing about a coach is that those players, if you don't deal with them to give you your results, you will be the one to lose your job.
Definitely.
And they will be in the club. They'll be laughing themselves. Some of them that don't even like it, they'll be laughing.
All right, thank you very much, the Odogwu of Sports. Right now to the king of sports, the Madrid Stars himself.
Yes.
All right, I want you to explain the duty, the little thing we know about the duty of a captain in a team. We don't say a captain, they always put on an armband for the left side. So what do you get to talk about the duty of a captain in a team?
Okay, the duty of a captain in a team is captain serves as a motivator to the players.
As a leader.
And he's the leader of the team. He serves as just like a class monitor or a class rep in a school.
Yes.
So captain also is a mouthpiece He's a mouthpiece of the players. He communicates to the ref. When there's an issue with his players, or maybe the opponent are playing rough, or maybe they are giving them unnecessary foul and cards, the captain is in charge of, taking the complaints to the referee.
So he alone has the authority to walk directly to the referee. I know that one of the rules of the game, as a captain, you alone should go and meet the ref, and in a humble state. Most of the time,
yes. And again, captain also, like I said, is a motivator. He motivates his team players whenever they are losing a match, and you see it as maybe your team has lose confidence, and you feel like
strong ginger.
You ginger them, you make them feel there is hope. You make them feel okay. You make them feel comfortable. You make them feel strong again to the game. So
all right. Over time, let me ask you, who has been the best captain for you in your team, Real Madrid? Over time, who would you say has been the best captain for Real Madrid?
Over time, the best captain, I must say,
it's
Sergio Ramos?
It's not sure.
I think I'll take Sergio Ramos.
All right.
I'll take Sergio Ramos.
All right, wonderful. So you, who has been your best captain? I know I'm a Barcelona fan and he's a Barcelona fan, but we might have contrary views. Yes.
Definitely.
So for you, who you think has been the best captain so far?
To
Barcelona fan?
To me, it's Puyol. It has always been.
Exactly. That was exactly what I wanted to
but this Gen Z's, generation, they will say it's Lionel Messi. Yeah, but I feel, to me, we all deserve it.
There are some captains that they don't talk in a match.
Yeah.
Even if there's a problem, even your teammate, they don't just talk.
They are just natural.
They're just quiet.
Your players are the one talking to the referee instead of you walking to the referee and lay your complaints. Your players are the one doing that.
I remember the game N'Golo Kante was the captain, I think, in an FA Cup in Chelsea, and we all know N'Golo Kante is a very shy person. And they even tackle him. This is a player, when they tackle him, he just kindly walk away and.
So I feel like such players, if I would be a coach, I don't think I can let such players to be a captain.
Someone that is too soft.
Someone
that is very aggressive has to be like.
Or someone that is shy. You cannot confront a ref.
And tell
I don't think you deserve to be a captain.
All right, so let's talk about the major trophies in football. Yes, football is nothing without trophies. And that is why there's one of a trophy here. Yeah. So, which do you think is the biggest trophy in football? Who do I start from? Okay. Odogwu of Sports.
Well,
what trophy do you think is the biggest trophy?
Undoubtedly is the World Cup.
World Cup. What do you think is
definitely is the World Cup?
Is the World Cup. All right. So the World Cup has it. Which is the biggest trophy in the world? Of course, is the World Cup played in a particular country, with so many countries who have been able to qualify for the World Cup, and at the end they have a winner. So what country is presently the title holder of the World Cup? Lionel Messi, Argentina! I know the Real Madrid fans are so angry to hear this, but that's by the
definitely fans. Definitely, he's not that about it.
All right, yes. And also, after the World Cup, I think it's the Champions League. What do you think?
Yes,
Would you pick the Champions League ahead of the FA Cup?
No.
Because now in England, the English people, they always say the FA Cup.
They always say the FA Cup.
No. I don't think the FA Cup is bigger than the Champions League.
So after the World Cup, you pick the
Champions League.
And after the Champions League, you pick what? The Europa League?
Europa League.
Yeah.
Yes, Europa League. Yes.
Major
Europa League, then Conference League.
No. Ahead of Premier League.
Okay, there's a Club World Cup,
Club World Cup, yes, exactly.
So I think after I'll pick the Club World Cup after the Champions League.
After the Champions League, yeah, I think so.
Yes, Club World Cup after the Champions League. I think.
I doubt. No, I'll go for Premier League.
Premier League?
Yes, I'll go for Premier League after the Champions League.
For me, I'll actually pick the Europe after the Champions League, because while I won't pick the Premier League, because it's only in England. the Europa League, English team play there, Spanish team play there, German team play there, French team. So I think it's way bigger. But sometimes some of these cups, the money that is being placed is higher than even some of this World Cup. Like the money that is being placed for FA Cup, I think is higher than the money that is being placed for World Cup.
No, World Cup. No, I think
for Champions League. Champions League, yes, rather.
Yes.
But
even Premier League, the money placed in Premier League is bigger
but
than
they
the
do not
Champions League.
rate the FA Cup ahead of the Champions League.
Yes,
but yet the trophy is the money they place is usually higher than the Champions League.
Well, the reason why you see the reason why the Champions League is ahead of the FA Cup, I mean, I think is because it's a competitive tournament that consists of different leagues, different major leagues. You understand? So I feel like that's the reason why it's bigger than the FA Cup. It's not about the money. It's not about the money, but how the cup is being played.
All right, our wonderful viewers, we have said a whole lot. I believe you enjoyed this particular episode. But before I let my wonderful co-host leave, there is usually the football question. Ronaldo or Messi? Ronaldo or Messi?
Always Ronaldo.
Ronaldo or Messi?
Messi for life.
Ronaldo or Messi? Messi! Now let's quickly talk about the previous games that was played during the weekend. We'll just go through them and we'll tell you about the next games that will be played tomorrow. We have the games for the English Premier League during the weekend on the 12th. We have Manchester City defeated Crystal Palace with 5-2, while we have Arsenal who came with a 1-1 draw against Brentford at home, and also Chelsea came with a 2-2 draw at home, early kickoff, and also Liverpool came with a defeat. Liverpool came with a victory 2-1 against West Ham, and also lastly Newcastle United defeated Manchester United with 4-1.
Okay, the ones we played on the 12th, that is Saturday, we have Real Sociedad and Mallorca. Mallorca were able to defeat Real Sociedad 2-0. Now we have Getafe and Las Palmas. Las Palmas were able to defeat Getafe 3-1. Then we have Celta Vigo, which play with Espanyol. Espanyol were able to defeat Celta Vigo 2-0. Then we have Leganés versus Barcelona, which Barcelona were able to defeat Leganés.
We defeated them, not we were able to.
Okay, we defeated them. Barcelona defeated Leganés 1-0. But the one goal is an own goal. So
it's a 3 points. It's a 3 points.
Go.
And also Atletico de Madrid, they will take on to Real Valladolid by 8 p.m. today West African time.
Okay, in the German Bundesliga, we have Bayer Leverkusen versus Union Berlin 0-0. It's a draw game. And then we have Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Freiburg. It's a 1-2 in favor of Freiburg. And then we have Augsburg 1-2. Then we have Mainz. Mainz is 2-0 in favor of Hoffenheim. Then we have St. Pauli. They win the match. Then Bayern Munich and Dortmund, as we all know, it's a derby match that ends in a 2-2. Which I saw that coming.
And also the game for Italia Serie A, which is the Italian league. Venezia with a red card defeated Monza. That game was played on the 12th of April, and also Inter Milan at home defeated Cagliari with a 3-1, while Juventus at the Old Ladies defeated Lace with a 2-1. And also Atlanta at home. That game was played on the 13th. They defeated Bologna with 2-0. While Lazio came with a 1-1 draw against Roma, and Como defeated Torino with 1-0. Then a goalless draw between Verona and Genoa. Then we also have a goalless draw between Fiorentina and Parma. Let's just quickly run through the game that will be played tomorrow, which is the UEFA Champions League. What do you think about
Tuesday? The
game on Tuesday that will be played on Tuesday, April, for the UEFA Champions League?
Well, to me, I think tomorrow game is just like a finish off.
Okay.
Because
that is the game between Aston Villa and Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, during the first game, Aston Villa.
Paris Saint-Germain
defeated them 2-1.
No, 3-1.
Yeah, rather.
So I don't see Aston Villa even winning the game this second leg. I don't even see them having a draw in that game. So to me, I think I go for a winning to PSG.
So you're winning to PSG?
I also go for a winning to PSG, definitely.
So how about the game between Borussia Dortmund and Barcelona?
That one is a walkover. It's a walkover.
Maybe if I don't want to be biased, I would say a draw to Dortmund. The game will end draw.
Well, if I should be Dortmund, at least the coach should just forget about it. Yes.
All right. How about the games that will be played on Wednesday? That is 16th of April. The first game between Inter Milan and Bayern Munich. We saw that Inter Milan defeated Bayern Munich with 2-1 their last game. So who do you think will have the victory this time?
Well, to me, I think Inter Milan will still qualify. That game likely to end draw because I don't see Bayern Munich even still winning the game.
Really, for you?
Well, I think it's a difficult game, to be honest. It's a difficult match.
For me, I feel
you understand because if you look at it, Bayern Munich are also trying, but they have injury crisis just recently. Most of their players are injured. Their best players are the best defender also is also injured. So it's to be a difficult match. But I don't write Bayern Munich off.
Exactly.
I don't write them off because when it comes to Champions League, they really have experience.
So you're picking Bayern Munich over.
So I think yes, I'm picking Bayern Munich over.
All right. Okay. How about the great game between Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu? I think I should start with him as a Madrid star. The game between Real Madrid on the 16th of April against Arsenal. The first game ended in the favor of Arsenal, 3-0. So what do you have to say about the game?
Well, I must say that it's a win game to Madrid.
Win game to Madrid?
Yes, Madrid are qualifying.
Madrid qualifying.
Yes,
so you see
I have
Madrid
that confidence.
defeating Arsenal 4-0.
Definitely.
So what's your take on the game? Real Madrid, Arsenal?
When it comes to Champions League, that's why the fact, I'm not in good terms with Madrid. But I don't like
Madrid.
I don't like being biased. I like being honest. When it comes to Champions League, Madrid, fear them.
Very good. Yeah.
They're very good. They're very, very good. To me, I see that 3-0. If Madrid should just start that game, they just keep that 3-0 aside. Just play the game with one mind. No fear, nothing. Yes, I see them winning that game. Probably 5-1.
So you're picking Real Madrid ahead of Arsenal?
Yeah, I see Madrid to win the game.
All right. Well, I really love Arsenal. I love Real Madrid, but I'm going with a 1-0 victory in favor of Real Madrid, but Real Madrid will not qualify for the Champions League. All right, I want to thank you very much. I want to thank you, the king of sports, the Madritas, my very good friend, Caleb, my very good friend. He always feels he is the king.
Arsenal finish. Oh, you said no. After Arsenal, don't carry on go out. Okay.
And I also want to appreciate my wonderful co-host, Alfred, who is the Odogwu of Sports, and also myself, Edafe, Dmouthpiece, the Oracle of Sports. And this is our take on a wonderful sports Busstop. We want you to subscribe, follow our page, and we'll be doing this some other time. But for now, we want to say bye and thank you very much.